This is the Costco 17-piece Nanoleaf shapes kit for HomeKit, iPhone I use primarily with. And it's 17 pieces, but you have big and small triangles. So to save time, I just got everything out of the box. I came up with a design which I've spaced all these out a little bit so that I can show you how to make the connections. But this is essentially going to be what looks like 3 mountain peaks and a little river coming down because the place where I want to plug in is lower and I don't want the cable to be seen. So what I went ahead and already did is I came up with my design, I spaced them out, and then what you have to do is you have to follow the circuit from where the plug-in goes and make sure that it's going to hit every single triangle. The first time I did this, I put way too many of the connectors on, and all you have to do is have one connector per triangle so that the circuit gets carried. So it all starts at the bottom here with the power. This little piece here is going to plug right into this. That's going to feed into that, feed into that. So you'll see I'm snapping the little pieces that came in these containers here, and I'm making sure that that signal is going to travel. So then it's going to go to here, to here, to here, to here, to here. It'll hit all those. It'll hit that. This one is going to hit that. That one will hit that, and that one will hit that. So then once you've got that design figured out and you know that you've got all of those connectors in place and that your light is going to pass through each triangle, then you can turn them over and start putting on these for the backs of these pieces. And if you want, you can rub a little alcohol on the bottom of that if you think it's dirty, just to make sure you get a lot of stick to it. And you're gonna just basically peel and stick all of these. So the big ones will go on these triangles. The little ones, the little round ones, are gonna go on these triangles. And you're going to then just start putting them up one at a time on the wall, snapping each of these in place. So after I put the sticker on this one, then I'm gonna shove it in place on the wall. Then I'm gonna take the next one, put the sticker on it, and then I'm gonna snap it to that connector, and then I'm gonna move to the next one, put the sticker on it, I'm gonna snap to that connector until I get my entire design put up. I'm gonna use a level. I'm not gonna show much of the install process because you can probably figure out it's just like a little puzzle that you're just going to snap together. You're gonna put a sticker on the back, depending on the size, big ones, little ones. You're gonna snap it all together, use a little bit of a level to start off with, and then you're gonna be able to make sure that you're straight. I've got an area marked out, so I want the tip, the base where the power is gonna go. I want the tip to run right behind this record player so that it's hidden, because down below it, I'm gonna have the power source go through and it will be hidden. And I did all the measurement to make sure it fits in this space. And so when I'm done, that little mountain scene is going to flow directly behind this area here. So it's gonna be kind of the stereo center. And if you've read anything on these Nanoleafs, you'll know that they bounce to the music and do pretty cool light shows, stuff like that. So this will be a great place for it. Okay, so I got the sticker on the very first one. I said I wasn't gonna show this part, but I at least wanna show the base piece. So that's the first one. I peeled it off so it is live. And I'm gonna take it over here and I'm going to center it where I want it to go. Line it up visibly and center it best I can. And then on the directions, they say to just kind of press and hold it or swirl, push and move around for about 30 seconds and do that. And the nice thing is even if this isn't level, you have some room to work with. And then I'm gonna build up from there, and you can see I'm gonna go power straight down. So I'm gonna run that little power cable out like that. Theoretically, it'd be better if I ran this centered over the top of this and go straight down, but I'm gonna loop around because I want this to be centered in the wall here. Even though I've done this before, as I'm going through this, one thing I'm remembering is that as you lay one down, you want the next one to be able to snap onto it. So if this one is already locked in place. This is going to be tough to get in there because I'm going to have to try to figure out how to just perfectly slip that under and line it up. You can do it and it works, but it's much better if it's a scenario where the next one lays over the top of it. So this one ends up coming in above it. I'd lay this one down, it's stuck. I would take this one and it would just snap right over the top. It's a lot easier than trying to come in underneath. So I'm going to take this one and move it over to this one, just to make it easier as I build through. Okay, so there it is, a little bit glary probably, but got that shape up there. And then basically, I had one connector left over. You may have one left over, as long as you just have one per connection. For example, I don't need one coming up here and one coming up here. So basically I had power, connector, 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 and connector. So you don't need to have two where there's a slot for two, you just need to have one that's in there. So follow the instructions for connecting to your HomeKit, or if you have a Droid or something else, follow those directions for putting on the different scenes and the colors and all that kind of stuff. The control panel I put just closest near the bottom, and it has what my favorite one is, probably music, where it bounces to music. But go ahead and check out those directions to see what to do next. But hopefully this helped you get this installed for some fun music listening and a really nice light show. Good luck.